Hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peak Speak. Today for another episode of Peak Speak. I think this is episode 3 of Peak Speak, where once a month we just sit down and talk about whatever's on our mind. And today, what's on my mind is tractors. I'm gonna go ahead and warn you, it is crazy windy today, and I have tried to set up a few things to block out some wind, but that being said, it's gonna be pretty windy. So today, specifically what I wanted to talk about is why you need a tractor on your homestead. It's actually one of the very first purchases I made, partly because I didn't even have a riding lawnmower when we moved here. We moved from a piece of property that was like 1/10 of an acre, and I used a push mower, and even that didn't take 10 minutes to mow the yard. So I had to have a riding mower, and I was kind of weighing my options as to what I should get based on the yard that we had to mow and the other things that I wanted to accomplish. And I knew there were lots of things we wanted to do with building trails, building fences, taking care of pasture and all of that. So I never could have dreamed just how badly we were going to need a tractor. But making that our first purchase when we moved here was definitely the right move. Owning a tractor on your piece of land opens up a whole new world of possibilities, things you can accomplish and get done. Sure, you can do things by hand. Don't fall in. That's how people used to do it when they were real men. Oh, that's partially true, I guess. If you're trying to do it by hand, you're going to be slower and much less productive. And all of us know that our time is valuable. So that's one major reason why a tractor is handy, even for things that you could do by hand. But also, if you're a middle-aged man like me, then your back probably hurts all the time, and having a tractor enables you to do some things that you probably don't have any business doing otherwise because your back's just not up to it. And it's been one of the biggest back savers that I could have. That's another good reason to own a tractor. We've used our tractor for all sorts of things, and there's no way I could name every project that we did, but we used it to clear land so that we could build more fencing. We've used it to create trails. We have like almost 1.5 miles worth of trails on our 38 acres now that we've cleared all with the Kubota BX subcompact tractor. We've done leveling of our land. We fixed drainage issues on our hill to get up to our property, as well as fixing drainage issues around the house and all of that. We've used it to dig ditches to run power and plumbing to our buildings that we've built. Our tractor also made it possible for us to build some of those things using the post auger and certain implements to prepare the land and get it ready to build. We've also used our tractor to clean out chicken coops, clean out pens, and haul off manure. We've used it to grade and build driveways and expand our driveway system so we have a turnaround where I can pull my trailer through and all of that. We use it to bush hog and keep all of the trails clear, as well as our food plot, or what used to be our food plot before it turned into a motocross track. I mow the field next to my neighbor's property with the bush hog. I also use my mid-mount mower on my tractor and mow our actual yard with it. We've used it to till gardens, dig duck ponds, all sorts of things. I could go on and on and on about what we've been able to accomplish by owning a tractor. So, I think pretty much everyone that owns any amount of land would agree that one of the best purchases you can make is a tractor. So the next thing you need to consider is, what size of tractor should I get? That's a big question, and it's going to be different for everyone. Now, I chose to go with the subcompact frame size mainly because of the lightweight, and I was going to use it to mow my actual lawn, and so the smaller footprint, the lighter weight would be easier on the yard. That has worked out well. I'm very satisfied with my Kubota BX subcompact tractor. But the work that we can do with this smaller tractor is limited somewhat by its size and its, capacities. Being smaller, it's easier on the ground, but it's also a little bit slower at big work, and it's not as strong as some of your next level tractors, maybe your B series Kubota or L series Kubota, and some of those. You cannot lift round bales with my tractor. It just so happens I have a great neighbor who not only sells me hay cheap, but he brings it down with his tractor and drops it in the hay ring for me. So I've been able to find ways around that. But it does kind of bother me just a little bit that I can't move my own hay bales. With a subcompact tractor, you're also going to be limited as to the size of implements you use, which is where the productivity comes in. You can run 4-foot implements just fine, some 5-foot implements. I use a 5-foot box blade, and I actually use a 5-foot tiller to till my garden, and they work just fine on this tractor. But you know, you get into a larger bush hog, I don't think that this would work really well with a 5-foot bush hog if you're mowing thick grass and all of that. There are just some things where if you have a lot of land or big production work to get done, then you're probably going to need to consider stepping up to the next size or next frame size of tractor. All things being said, price comparison and all of that, I'm very happy with my purchase of the subcompact. But as I have grown as a landowner and learned how to do more things, I have decided that there are more things that I want to do. And I can see a time down the road where I might decide I want a bigger tractor as well. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, your land, your situation is going to be completely different than everyone else's. So listen to the things that they talk about, but make your own decisions. Make the decision that fits for you and your property. So guys, today's video is not an in-depth study of everything you need to know about tractors. We talked about starting a homestead last time, and so I kind of wanted to talk about one of the things that I feel is the most important thing you need to consider into the cost of starting a homestead, because I feel like almost every homestead is going to need a tractor at some point. And so you don't necessarily have to go with a new big tractor. You might be able to find a used tractor that would fit your purposes, so you can shop around and make your decisions that way. But definitely consider owning a tractor. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Peak Speak. And if you have a topic that you would like for us to consider talking about, I've actually had a couple of good suggestions that I'm kind of working on ideas for. Also, be sure and chime in the comments and let us know what kind of tractor you bought for your homestead and what works about it and what doesn't, what you might do differently. I love to see those things shared. That way people can read those and learn and make good informed decisions for themselves. So I'm getting smoke in my eyes. I'm just about to start crying. So I guess we're gonna call that a video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.